proceed, honorable MECs, Inkosi and the Mayor, colleagues from the members of the media and colleagues from other spheres of government, national and provincial, welcome to this media briefing. My name is Lennox Mabasa. I'm the head of provincial government communication in KZN. I would like to request that before we proceed, that first and foremost we go through the house rules. We do understand there are colleagues that are taking this engagement live, and they will request that we respect each other in that our gadgets to make sure that they are muted so that they don't interfere with the work of other colleagues. Without any further delay, I would like to introduce our panelists here. On the screen, I think right now I can see the Honorable MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Honorable MEC Pillay, the Honorable MEC for Transport, Community Safety and Liaison, Honorable MEC Nkonyeni, she's also here. They are also joined by the Honorable Mayor of Alfred Duma Municipality in Ladysmith. I also can see Zweli Larissa. Please assist us. Can you mute yourself? I can also see we have Inkosi CSCs, Inkosi of the Kwahlathi area is also joined us. We are also joined by the CEO from the Geoscience Council, Mr. Mabuza, and the other fellow panelists that are coming from the Department of Minerals and Energy. The subject matter for today, as the MECs will indicate, is to communicate some of the outcomes relating to the matters that are developing in the Kwahlathi area. Without any further delay, once again, I'm going to request that we, the administrator, try and mute or put on the lobby someone who is really disrupting the engagement. I'm going to hand over to the Honorable MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Honorable MEC Pillay, to take us through the statement. Over to the Honorable MEC.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mabaso. Let me recognize my colleague MEC Nkonyeni, our Mayor Vincent Manjilala, the Speaker Councillor Ngubane, Ndabazita Nkosi Kunene, who is accompanied by Nduna Mgomezulu and Nduna...
sorry, Honorable MEC, to disturb. From this side, we seem to be battling to hear the MEC.
Technical team.
The colleagues quickly attend to the audio issues, I think, on the MEC's gadget.
Testing, 1, 2. Is that better, Mr. Mabaso?
We can see you are talking, Honorable MEC, but we can't get you on the Zoom platform.
Okay, I'm at the mercy of my technical team here. No, I put that on.
Let me see, we're going to just maybe exchange the gadgets.
Okay.
Yes, colleagues, we have asked the Honorable MEC to be on pause a little bit now as we are attending to the problem that you are raising, that we can't hear him on the Zoom platform. We are just getting sorting out the gadget quickly, and then we'll be on the call.
I should have connected myself.
Awu. Ubususa bani? Awu. Kufanele ucele omunye.
It's working now. Yes. Oh, okay. Testing, Mr. Mabaso. Where's the volume control? There's it. Testing once again, Mr. Mabaso.
We can hear you, Honorable MC. We can see all the beautiful panel.
Thank you very much. Apologies for that technical hiccup. Let me greet everyone again and acknowledge my colleague MEC Nkonieni, Mayor Majlala, Ndabazita Nkosi Kunene, Nduna Ngomezulu, Nduna Kuzwayo, the Chief Executive Officer of the Council for Geoscience, Mr. Mabuza, the CEO of the South African Diamond and Precious Metals Regulator, Mr. Koza, the DMRE Regional Manager, Mr. Vezi, and other representatives of the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy, municipality representatives and representatives of provincial government. Good afternoon. We are here today to give feedback on what has been a matter of interest to the people of Kwahlathi, people of Alfred Duma, KZN, and indeed the country as a whole. And over the past days, the area of Kwahlathi, just outside Ladysmith, has been gripped by much excitement following the discovery of stones which many locals believed were diamonds. This resulted in people, including those from other towns and indeed from other provinces, flocking into the area and to participate in some form of mining activity. The provincial government was very concerned as it posed a huge risk in terms of COVID-19 regulations, and there was also resulting in serious degradation of the environment. Following consultations between the provincial government and the National Department of Minerals and Energy, a team of officials, geoscientists, and mining experts conducted an inspection of the site on the 15th of June 2021. The team was able to collect samples of the stones for further testing and analysis, and during that visit we made a commitment that we would report back within a period of a month. Could I make an appeal to those who are not muted to please mute? It is for that reason that earlier this afternoon, the Intergovernmental Task Team, looking into the matter of the Kwahlathi stones, met with community leaders and representatives to give a preliminary report back on some of what would be preliminary findings. The Intergovernmental Task Team comprised representatives from the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy and its state-owned entities, the KZN Provincial Government, a delegation led by the MEC for Economic Development and Tourism, and the MEC for Transport, Community Safety and Liaison, Ms. Peggy Nkonieni, the Mayor of Alfred Duma Municipality, Councillor Vincent Majdala, and Undabazeta Nkosi Spiwe Kunene. The community delegation was comprised of councillors, izinduna, community leaders, and representatives of various community formations. Our first prize would have been to have a mass gathering to report back, but considering the threat of COVID-19 and the current regulatory framework, this was not possible. This media briefing is therefore held in the hope that the media will help us relay the message to all the relevant stakeholders, including those involved, perhaps especially those involved in the mining activity in the area. I'll just give a summary of the report findings, but Mr. Mabuza, the CEO of the Geoscience Council, will take us through the detail. So following the visit to Kwahlathi, a technical subcommittee consisting of DMRE, KZN regional officials, Council for Geoscience, South African Diamond and Precious Metals Regulator, and Mintech analyzed samples and have now produced a preliminary report. The preliminary report shows that the site of the informal mining practices is geographically located on the edge of what is called the Karoo Dolerite Sill, which is not in a zone where diamond occurrences are present. This was further confirmed by visual, geological, and chemical analyses that were conducted. The tests conducted conclusively revealed that the stones discovered in the area are not diamonds as some had hoped. In fact, what has been discovered are quartz crystals that are common across the Karoo supergroup, with an extensional fracture planes within and along the contact of Karoo Dolerite Sill. The value, if any, of the quartz crystals is yet to be authoritatively established, but it must be mentioned that the value of the quartz crystals is very low in comparison to that of diamonds. So there will be further studies to be conducted. The Council for Geoscience, working with various stakeholders, will institute a geological mapping program to further understand any other potential resources that may advance socio-economic development in Kwahlathi. Extensive geoscience studies are required in the area at a regional scale to investigate possibilities also of groundwater resources, as well as any other lithologies that may be host to other natural resources that could contribute to local development and the economy of the province. Why didn't I just do it telephonically to Mabaso, and Mabaso can put it on speaker and broadcast? So simple, you should have organized this one. At what point did you lose it? Should I do it over the phone and you put it on speaker and it can be broadcast? Okay. Okay, let me test. They seem to say, okay. Testing, 1, 2, Mr. Mabaso, am I back?
Yes, we are audible already.
Thank you. Okay, I'm told that we lost contact at a particular point, so I'll repeat that part. The tests conducted conclusively revealed that the stones discovered in the area are not diamonds as some had hoped, and what was discovered are quartz crystals that are common across the Kiru supergroup. The value of any of the quartz crystals is yet to be established, but it must be mentioned that it is relatively very low compared to that of diamonds. There are further studies to be conducted. The Council for Geoscience, working with various stakeholders, will institute a geological mapping program to further understand any other potential resources that may advance socio-economic development in Kwahlathi. And Mr. Mabuza will speak to that just now. So the activity seen at Kwahlathi in the past week has highlighted the socio-economic challenges confronting many people in the area. And thus, in responding to this particular matter of the stones, we also have to provide a comprehensive response with regard to socio-economic challenges as raised by the community members during our visit to the site and as communicated by community representatives during a meeting held earlier, which I referred to. A report on the findings by the Council for Geoscience and on the socio-economic challenges in the area will be presented to Premier Sihle Zikalala and the entire Provincial Executive Council this week, and this will be the basis for us to formulate a coordinated response to all the challenges. Part of the response will have to focus on the issues of road and access to water, and we will also formulate a comprehensive plan to rehabilitate the site on which digging has taken place. We want to use this opportunity to appeal to all those on site to vacate the area as what they are involved in as a serious potential of aggravating our COVID-19 crisis. The mining practices are unlawful and will continue to have a negative impact on the environment, and the land degradation that we've seen is likely to worsen by further extensive diggings. So we want to make that final appeal, and we urge the community to cooperate with the local leadership and local authorities as we move forward from here. I'm now going to hand over to Mr. Mabuza, the CEO of the Geoscience Council, whereafter we'll take questions and responses, in which I will be assisted by MEC Nkonyeni as far as that is concerned. Mr. Mabuza.
Thank you very much, MEC. MEC's leadership, good afternoon to the media representatives. We had the privilege of being invited to present our scientific capabilities in answering the fundamental question that had been confronting the situation at Kwahlathi. The report of the MEC has outlined that the preliminary assessment has corroborated that what we have there is quartz crystals. With the understanding of the socio-economic challenges that face the country at large, but Kwahlathi community in particular, we looked at the area through a different prism with prospects of other work that we can do geologically in that area. We are encouraged by the geological settings, particularly that there's presence of dolerite and basalts. There are a frontier technology that is being applied that considers the quality of dolerites and basalts in other applications, which will not disclose yet. The study will be looking at considering some of those and the extent to which those can catalyze formalized economic development in the area. We know that the occurrence is underlain by it's in the Karoo supergroup, and it's underlain by shale. Part of the work that we have been doing in the Beaufort West area to undertake a geo-environmental baseline study has uncovered the possibilities of shale gas in that area. It would be critical to investigate the possibilities of shale gas occurrence in this part of the world and the extent to which that can be contributory to the IRP basket. We would also be undertaking geology to identify the possibilities of shallow aquifers in the area. There is extreme shortage of water in that community, and to the extent that the shallow aquifers that may be uncovered with the research may go a long way in contributing to the program of the province and the local municipality to supply the water to the people. This is a commitment that we have made. As soon as the numbers of people are cleared, we'll deploy our geoscientists on the ground to do this work, and we have further made an undertaking that within a period of 3 months, we would go back and give a progress report on what science has uncovered. Thank you very much, MEC.
Sorry, could you just give that crux of it in isiZulu?
Oh, yes. The summary of the same thing. Oh, siyabonga. Si Council for Geoscience, sibe nethuba lokwenza ucwaningo lamatshe lawa afumaneke Kwahlathi, ukwenza isiqiniseko sokuthi lawo matshe ayidayimani. Kulokho esikwenzile sisebenzisana neMintech, ne-South African Diamond and Precious Metals Regulator. Sifumana ukuthi lawo matshe asidayimani, lokho kubizwa ngokuthi quartz, njengoba isechazile uMEC. Kodwa ekufikeni kwethu kule ndawo yaKwahlathi, sibuye sabheka ngelinye iliso ukuthi kukhona okunye singakwenza siyi-Council for Geoscience. Kukhona amanye amathuba angacwaningwa ama-geologists. Sayenza commitment yokuthi ama-geologists wethu azaba on the ground kule viki elizayo, bazozama ukubheka ukuthi mhlawumbe amathuba wamanzi akhona, mangabe khona iscience iprove ukuthi amanzi akhona. Lokho kunganceda kakhulu umphakathi esithola ukuthi awunawo amanzi okwamanje alingene. So iscience mayengakwazi ukuthi incede ukuthi amanzi atholakala endaweni, lo umsebenzi wethu siyi-Scientific Council unganceda kakhulu emphakathini. Omunye umsebenzi esiyimisela ukwenza
very impressive. The last couple of races, Ferrari have the points today. The car science finishing 11th. Charles Leclerc 2 stopping down at 16th. George Russell his best finish in the
May we request the colleagues to mute themselves? We know it's a live radio station.
What a great battle it was.
okay.
Apologies, Baba.
All right,
Please
Dor.
go ahead.
Ngibonga ba. So esikukholelwayo ukuthi iscience makuvumelekile ithola isupport yomphakathi, kukhona ucwaningo elinye lamatshe singalenza lokubheka amathuba we-economic development kuleyo ndawo. Siyenza commitment yokuthi lo msebenzi esizawenza Kwahlathi sizawenza over a period of 3 months. Asinayo i-guarantee yokuthi kuleyo 3 months wonke umsebenzi uzabe sesuqedile, kodwa sizabuyela endaweni sizoprovide i-progress report yokuthi ngalesikhathi se 3 months sikwazi ukusuka la sikhona manje si nokuthi sesihambe ithuba elingakanani ukuthi science iphendule imibuzo le engaletha iprogress ne development kumphakathi waKwahlathi. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mabuza. Mr. Mabaso, back to you. I think you will coordinate the questions, and then the team will assist, and MEC Konieni will wrap up.
Yes, thank you, Honorable MEC. I think we will take it straight to the question. Times I will request colleagues to indicate by raising their hands. There's a facility on the platform where colleagues can raise their hands, but also other colleagues, I think, will be receiving the questions on WhatsApp. I noticed, Desiree, you are the first one. Desiree from Daily Maverick. Can you go ahead?
Thank you so much, Lennox. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfectly. Loud and clear.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to know, why has it taken a so-called diamond rush to get everyone's attention to this very poor area of KwaZulu-Natal? And I also want to know, does the area have a waste treatment center yet, a proper treatment center? And regarding the socio-economic upliftment that the Council for Geosciences is looking into, why are they looking into it? What is being done by the local municipality and province, and why hasn't it been done sooner to look into the infrastructure and so on that's needed here? In other words, why did it take an event like this to get government up and running? What has been missing? Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Desiree. My colleagues are going to assist me. I can't see some of the hands, but I don't know if there's a colleague that also want to go ahead with the question. We'll take the first 5 hands and proceed. Emma Ramney.
Oh, hi. Yes, thanks everyone for doing this briefing. I just have a couple of questions.
Just introduce yourself and your media house.
Sorry, it's Emma Rumney from Reuters News Agency. Thanks. My first question is if you could give a little bit more detail on the environmental degradation that's been caused by the mining, and also some more details on the concerns that are being raised by the local community around socio-economic issues. If you could be a bit more specific about exactly what concerns they have. Thank you.
Okay, Lethiwe Mluli, I see your hand is up.
Well, my question has to do with the people that are still digging on the site. I just want to know, how are you going to break the news to them? Because I remember when we went there, they were very much concerned about the fact that this might not be diamonds, but they were still continuing with the digging, and they were saying that they were not going to leave the site.
Okay, thank you very much, Lethiwe. I would like to, at the moment I don't see any other hand that is up, also on my WhatsApp. I don't seem to have a question. May I hand over to the panel? The first round, we'll take the final round, we will come back, and then the way forward. Over to the panelists.
Okay, thank you. Perhaps I'll have the first bite, and then others will add. Desiree, thank you for that question. Look, I think we have developmental challenges in many areas in the province. I don't think Kwahlathi is the only one, and this has been highlighted through this particular experience. The road issue, let me also deal with the last question at the same time. There were 2 issues that were identified in the main when we went there on Tuesday. And in fact, the spokesperson put it quite succinctly when he said, and in his words, the road is number 1, water is number 2, and then whatever they are, whether they're diamonds or whatever other metal they are, that's number 3 priority for them. I think MEC Nkonieni will respond on the road issue, which she has already started to engage in before this particular engagement. The water issue is a problem with the source, and they're working on expanding the source. My understanding, and the Council for Geoscience could also expand on it, the Council said that they're going to use the space that they're going to have with the exploration that they're going to do to also look at this particular issue. It's not a question of them taking responsibility for water, but as a kind of value add, they volunteered to do that kind of, I'm not sure if that's a technical term, hydrological study, which could add value to the service delivery. With regard to the environmental degradation, I think it's probably an area of about 50 hectares, my estimation would be, where people have been literally digging with picks and hoes and other basic implements. And so there's a number of holes which I would think varied between half a meter to probably a maximum of a meter. And when it happens with thousands of people, then that entire section becomes degraded. And I think the community represented by Ndabazitha in particular was expressing concern about the risks for cattle in particular. Cattle running across will have risk of very serious injury in those kinds of circumstances. I think those are the three questions. Oh, yes. And then the last question was, I think we took an approach that we're not going to act recklessly, and we're going to seek to engage in a communication that will persuade people to leave. And from our understanding, that approach has worked. From the very, very large numbers, some estimates went into the tens of thousands. It went on Tuesday when we went there. I calculated myself, it was about 3,000. And today we estimate it to be under 500. So we think that the attempts to communicate is working, and we will continue with that. But at some point, there will be a law enforcement aspect, but as I say, preceded by communication. MEC Nkonyeni?
Thank you very much. I wish to indicate that last month I visited the area and I had a meeting with the community leaders from the area of Kwahlathi and other areas, Nazareth, around Ladysmith, together with the mayor of Alfred Duma municipality. I did realize that indeed some of the roads from that area need some maintenance, and we made an undertaking that we will be procuring services from various contractors and consultants who would be, some will be re-graveling some of the roads, and of course other roads do need blacktop, so we are working on that. The other issue that we wanted to indicate is that most women from Kwahlathi area have actually shown a lot of interest in mining activities in the area. We had a discussion earlier on whereby the Department of Minerals and Energy did indicate that they will be coming over in a period of 30 days, whereby they will be empowering people from the area about various issues, including an issue of how to acquire a permit in order for you to become a legal miner. So we are hopeful that women from Kwahlathi area and from around that area, like Nazareth and other areas, will actually benefit from such an activity from the Department of Minerals and Energy. It really doesn't mean that we have not been doing anything about the socio-economic conditions of the people from the area. Yes, there is still a problem on water provision throughout the province of KwaZulu-Natal, not only in the area of Ladysmith, but throughout the province of KwaZulu-Natal, which is being dealt with by the provincial government. Hence, we even developed what we term as the water strategy for the province of KwaZulu-Natal. So I hope all of us are now paying attention to what is happening in that particular area. Thank you.
Mr. Mabuza, you want to just add on that, whether you're taking over our function or how it arose?
No, MEC, the Council for Geoscience is definitely not taking over the role of running the province. I think what I do need to clarify is that our mantra at the Council for Geoscience is that science must always find expression in contributing towards addressing societal problems. And the moment we stepped in Kwahlathi, and we understood that the task that was before us was not just about answering whether there are diamonds or not. We understood that there was opportunity for applications of science as a fulcrum for human development, as we call it. And therefore, to the extent that science can be used to contribute and assist the province, the municipality, and the local leadership, it is our duty as the council to maximize that contribution. And what we shall be doing is exactly that. It is the three spheres of government working together to ensure that there is delivery on what is priority in uplifting the livelihood of the people. And to the extent that the purported discovery of diamonds had brought the three spheres of government together, is indeed exemplary that three spheres of government can function and can respond speedily to the challenges that continue to confront the people of the country. Thank you very much, MC.
Thank you. Mr. Mabaso, back to you.
Thank you very much, Honorable MCs. The panelists, there is a question directed, I think, at Inkosi and the Mayor. Honorable Mayor, what will happen if some of the community continue to come and dig? And I think that was coming from the Mercury, and the other one, I think it was coming from the national radio station. I've just forgotten the name, the colleague is here. They were also asking the same, if there is a hotel response to what is it that is going to be done. I will also request that we
Lost it again. Seem to have lost connection. There's a problem with Mabaso's side.
Yeah, it's lost.
Oh, it's connecting here now. Right. Deposita, you got the question. They wanted you to.
I didn't get clear.
They wanted you know. They wanted you to answer. What's going to happen if they refuse to keep coming? But we discussed it. We believe they will be going to engage. I think that's the short answer.
Recording in progress.
Okay, I think we're back. Mr. Mabaso, can you hear us?
issues. I think we should be about ready now.
Yes. Mr. Mabaso, can you hear us? That was muted, sorry. Mr. Mabaso, can you hear us now? Okay. As per your request, I'm handing you over to Ndabazita Nkosi Kunene.
Yes, thank you, Honorable MEC and Mr. Mabaso. Concerning, if I got your question correctly, that now how are we gonna engage the people that now they should leave the place? That's what we've been doing for the past days, because number one, they are aware that their mining activity.
Recording in progress.
Okay.
Okay.
They are aware, the people are aware that now what they are doing is illegal. The only problem that they had was that now they were not sure. They wanted the DMRE to give the results that what they are mining is not diamond. Now that they know the answer, I don't believe they are going to be adamant to leave the site. And more to that, now we'll be engaging also with the police and some law enforcement agencies so that now they are removed from the site. But I don't think they're going to resist because, if I may tell you right now, the numbers have started going down, those people that are mining over there. So we believe that's not going to be a problem. It's only that now they're just receiving the sad news that now it's not the real diamond. The expectation has been very high, I must say, but now as it is, so the scientific findings is that it's not the diamond. So I don't think they're going to resist on that one. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you, Mr. Mabaso. I think that answers that question.
Yes, most definitely, or MEC, I would like to check if the honorable MECs can give us a way forward.
Yeah.
The one hand is still up. Test.
Thanks, Lennox. I just want to know a little bit about who will be responsible for the implementation of the geosciences report once it's received, given that Utukela is completely dysfunctional and under administration. Who is going to, when this report comes about, looking at water source problems and what can be done and upliftment, socioeconomic upliftment, who is going to be responsible for that, for implementing the geosciences report? Thanks.
Thank you, all MSCs and panelists. I think Desiree has taken us to the way forward, and I would like to hand over to the honorable MSCs for the way forward, and then we will have to adjourn the briefing.
Thank you very much. I think the reports will be in different parts, but Desiree's question relates to the water issue in the main. And as far as that is concerned, it's going to assist us through COCTA and down to the district, which has the jurisdiction in respect of water matters, to implement, to the extent that it's viable, what I would call the hydrological report. So we will work in a coordinated way as far as that is concerned. In summing up on the way forward, we've actually agreed on some specific timelines. Mr. Mabuza has already said that the broader studies, geological studies, has got a time frame of 3 months for the Geoscience Council to give us a progress report. We also have a 30-day timeline for DMRE, Department of Minerals, Resources and Energy, to come and conduct a workshop with the community representatives on small-scale mining and what's the regulatory framework, what are the technical issues, and how people can get empowered as far as that is concerned. And we also have what is in effect, Ndabazita, a 2-week commitment to, once the report is processed through the Provincial Executive Council this Wednesday, as far as the broader developmental issues, that we will revert to the community by end of next week, which is next Friday. So that's the timeline at the moment. We will continue our communication and engagement exercises with those who are still there. And from the MEC Konyeni is MEC for Transport. She's already started to deal with the issue of the road, but she's also MEC for Community Safety in Liaison. So she'll be directly involved on the law enforcement side, but in the spirit, as I explained earlier on, it's a spirit of communication and persuasion, but ultimately bringing us back to a lawful activity. So that's the way forward, Mr. Mabaso, and I think I must then thank you for arranging this briefing and thank those members of the media who attended. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable MEC. I'm just going to request with your permission, MEC Konyeni, to close for us in Isizulu as well.
Thank you.
Asinisele nje ukuthi abantu bamukele umbiko osebenzekile ney'nhlelo zikahulumeni zokuthuthukisa umphakathi kuyaba.
Ngibonge kakhulu. Ngicabanga ukuthi umbiko esiwethulayo namhlanje wokuthi njengoba abantu becabanga ukuthi sekutholakala idayimani endaweni yaKwahlathi. Umbiko ke wama scientists adila nendaba yokubheka ukuthi kukhonani ngaphansi komhlabathi kulamatshe atholakele uyasho ukuthi ama-quartz crystals lawayana akulona idayimani. Kodwa ke asisho ukuthi sekuphelele kanjalo akukho kuzokwenzeka. Abantu baraise ama-matters amaningi, amanye aphathelene nesimo senhlalo kubona njengokuthi nje umgwaqo se-poverty siphezulu. Sabona ke nathi ke njengoba nami ngiphuma khona lapha ngayibonela ukuthi ngempela umgwaqo uhambeki, kodwa ke bengaqali ukuhamba besivele seseyinhlelweni zokuyenza imigwaqo yaleya ndawo yonke njengoba eminye idinga i-graveling, eminye idinga i-blacktop. Sase sivele ke siyenzile i-commitment yokuthi sizozenza lezo zinto futhi siyethemba ukuthi abantu abaningi basendaweni bayothola amathuba emisebenzi nangaleso sikhathi kwenzeka lowo mgwaqo. Sibonile ke ukuthi omama banentshisakelo kakhulu yokuthi bambe iqhaza nabo kule mining activity ekhona. Kusho ukuthi kuyofanele ukuthi kube khona indlela ebhekelelayo ke. Siyazi ukuthi u-Department of Minerals and Energy unayo naleya program ya Women in Mining. Mhlawumbe ke bazokwazi ukuthi ba-benefite through i-training ukuze bazi nokuthi kwawona ama-permits lawa atholakala kanjani uma umuntu mhlawumbe efuna ukuparticipate kwi-mining industry. Cela ke kakhulu kubantu ukuthi njengoba sesishilo ukuthi akulona idayimani lelia futhi i-Department of Minerals and Energy ne-Council of Geoscience izokwenza uphenyo kulezi inyanga ezintathu ezilandelayo. Liyobe seliphelile lo phenyo bese bebuyela emuva sebezotshela umphakathi ukuthi kahle kahle kuzokwenzakalani lapha kuleya ndawo. Siyabacela ukuthi abaqheleke abantu endaweni ngoba konke ozoqhubeka manje njengoba umbiko sesiwuthulile kusho ukuthi akukho emthethweni. Sisakhuluma kahle ke kubona abantu ukuthi sicela ukuthi baqhele, asifuni ukuthi kuze kufike lapho sithi khona sesibaqhelisa ngenkani. Abantu kubalekile ukuthi balinikeze ithuba umnyango wakwa Department of Minerals and Energy ukuthi wenze uphenyo. Kubalekile kakhulu lokho ukuze sibambisane. Siyabonga ke kakhulu ekubambisana ne-traditional leadership. Inkosi ikhona lapha neinduna zenkosi namanye ama-community leaders. Sisebenzisana kahle nawo futhi siyabonga ukuthi sisebenzisana kahle nomasipala wase-Alfred Duma. Siyacela nje abantu bakithi ukuthi asiyithatheni kahle lolu daba kakhulukazi ngoba uthe umnyango usazokwenza uphenyo ukuthi mhlambe akukho yini okunye ke ngaphandle kwama quartz crystals lawatholakele. Ngakho ke abantu bakithi babe nesineke babekezele kuzolunga. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mabaso. Are we done, Beggy? We done?
Yeah. Siyabonga kakhulu. Asiqhubeke
Getting there
nje.
slowly.
Okay.
Bring my soldiers soon.
Yeah.
They'll be at the report.